health could have screwed me over. You love how speedruns discover soft locks. Yep. I mean, in a sense, we speedrunners, we do try to like push the limits of the game to like make it do stuff it normally isn't supposed to do. He wouldn't even move out of joy. That's one way to interpret it, Chisel. Yeah, he was standing really really weird. Like, I guess the AI pathing tries to like go into the cave.
Yeses!
Again, yes, I do reset because when I missed the hook. Alright, Nikolai, sounds good. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the good luck as well. Guess I'll take it. Hey, yo, Random, how you doing? My bet hold up, because he was looking the other way, he was trying to align himself, so he was going back on course. But he hit the side of the cave, or like a part of the hitbox where he wasn't supposed to hit, so he kind of soft locked there. It's personally my favorite Sly game. This game actually, Jack Irons. In my opinion, Sly 3 is just a tad bit better than Sly 2. Like, they're both amazing games. But as a kid, I used to play Sly 3 a lot more than Sly 2, so I have a lot more nostalgia connected to this game compared to Sly 2. I'm pretty sure if you try hard enough you can hardlock any game. You'd only swap 1 and 3 from Powerman's ranking, Blitz. Big disappoint. Very big disappoint. Because my ranking would be 3 is better, if not equal to, than 2. Better than 4, better than 1. Gonna buy the SSD now? Hell yeah, Jørgen. One better than 4 for the speed run. I'm actually unsure how the speedrun ranking would be. Like, it might be on the same line as your casual ranking. Or actually as my casual ranking too. Because like, one of the reasons why I prefer to at least stream Sly 2 and 3, and in the few times that I did stream 4 over, say, Sly 1, is because the speedruns in general are just, you know, like, they're long speedruns. And usually when I try to go when I want to go live, I want to be streaming for a good few hours. And normally I have a very easy tendency to get bored if I do the same thing over and over again, i.e. episode runs, or Sly 1 in that sense, because it's so short. However, one thing that Monday at least showed me was that I definitely was streaming for like almost 6 hours doing just one episode. So I know I have it in me to like stream the same thing for a good few hours. Or it doesn't just have to be a full game run of multiple hours worth. Compared to say offline, then if I do episode runs offline, I tend to get bored just way much quicker.
Beklager, Murray. Jeg har ikke mer drivstoff, og jeg får ikke gjort noe med hindringene.
Men vi er jo nesten fremme!
Love every game in the series besides 4. 4 can burn in hell.
Hun har rett, Murray. Det går ikke. Kom deg ut.
I mean, in my opinion of Sly 4 is it's a good game, but it's not a good Sly game in that kind of respect. Like, Sensor did try their best to like capture the feel for Sly, but I feel like they just missed the mark on it. But besides that point, they still made a really good game. Like, I bet if the game wasn't a Sly game, it would have performed way better in sales. Sadly, it is a Sly game, and therefore it kind of tanked heavily because of it. Which is another thing too, because like late 2019 there were like a bunch of tweets going around regarding like either a possible Sly 5 or Sensoru's ideas with the series and stuff, where they said that they already had a full script ready for an Egypt episode. You know, the episode where Sly got lost in. And they said that the reason why they didn't include it in the main game was because when they were making it for the Vita, they couldn't include it without going over the maximum file size that you could play on a Vita. In other words, they try to make a game so vast that on one of the platforms they were making it for, they couldn't possibly include it on one episode. So then, okay, then they guess they should have left it on the cliffhanger so that people would want to see what would happen next. Sadly, Sly 4 never performed well enough where that would happen, either as a standalone game or a DLC. You don't want Sensor to make another game. Yeah, Sensor, sadly, they have stated that they would be interested in making another Sly 5 happen. But it is all up to Sony, because they have to give the green light for that to even happen. Interesting, I'm bomb boosted, yet the Bonaki comp are still triggered.
Jeg har kostyme klart. Har vi flaks, får jeg jobben som bryllupsplanlegger.
I already said that the fan base is not big enough, yeah. That there's, in general, isn't a big enough want for a Sly 5 to warrant making it. Yes, Burke. It wouldn't have been. But Sensor had to be persistent on making a Vita copy as well, which when the Egypt episode couldn't fit on the Vita, they just decided to drop it completely. Like the episode completely, not porting it to the Vita too. Which is just such a silly decision. Like, can't you reduce the file size in another way, like say fewer jobs per episode? Like, honestly, I wouldn't have been too upset if there would be less jobs per episode, as long as Egypt would have been included to end the story properly. That's just my personal opinion, though. Also would make the speedrun shorter, which is always also a nice thing.
Hvis han I verdensklasse, kan det hende jeg gir ham æren av å skildre evenementet.
Well, I guess since I was hoping that that would be the case, Chisel, but I have no idea how many copies of Sly 4 got sold for the Vita. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Sonic was the only owner of a Vita Sly 4 copy.
Okay, Sly. General Sao vil se hva du god for. Jeg har lagt markører
Yeah, Sonic has one.
fotografisk potensial. Ta på deg kostyme og gå bort til vaktene. Så poserer de sikkert for deg. Lykke til, kompis.
Hei, hva middagspatrulje?
Som jeg trodde. Her.
Natt, dag, måne, måne.
Paul owns one as well.
Hør her, kjøtthuer. General Sao vil ha
Not
bilder av
surprised
ansatte.
actually about that, because he has Sly 1 on Vita 2, I think.
Bra bilde.
Or well, I know that he used to play on PAL first before he...
Hei, Bammelskog-passordet! Ja.
Laster opp passord.
Sol, natt, måne, natt.
Beklager, må være forsiktig.
Ok, idioter. Sleng opp noen smil og stå rolig.
Vita
General
exclusive
Sao
strats.
vil ha glade bilder. Skjønner?
Like a Vita only strat for Sly 4, Albie?
Det bra, Sly. Et til skulle være nok til å imponere generalen.
Fuck off. Yes, I bonked on him, yet I didn't get spotted.
Her passordet, Sly.
Natt,
At least I got the crypt password though, so that's like the best one I could have gotten.
Ok, se fornøyd ut nå. Generalen vil ha I hvert
I actually
fall
wonder if it
skikkelig
still
svar.
is like the best possible password you can get when you consider how fast I go for the passwords these days.
Jøss, Sly. Det var bra fotografi.
But yeah, this is a bad start to this run specifically. 4 seconds lost on Tearful, and then I'm losing at least a little bit on this one. Dance missions, the bulb training segments, some other filler missions you would bother with Sly 4 again. Yeah, I would probably bother 2 irons. Like, bother as in maybe saying Sly 4 is a good Sly game.
Hei, Sly. Prøv å
It
ta
it
en
all
liten
depends on how
general
this
mens
how
du
the
er
Egypt
inne.
episode would have ended, of
Lurt å
course.
studere fienden.
Aha, pappa.
And yeah, I wouldn't be too upset with like deleting the training montage for sure,
Det må være fint å få lov til å
and
overvære
then the
vakter.
dance missions.
Hvorfor det alltid jeg som midtpunktet? Ah, bra bilde. Ok.
And then let's see what else could have been dropped.
Jeg skal snakke med
Vær hilset, general Sao. Du har sikkert skjønt at jeg er verdens beste fotograf, og at jeg ønsker å spille en ydmyk rolle I ditt fantastiske bryllup.
Få se
I
hva du har
guess
gjort
they
før, da.
could have dropped
Det er
fetching
våken øye,
Sir Gallus'
usøkt
cane and just
kunstnerisk
said that,
sans.
oh, Galluf
Jeg ser
actually had his
virkelig
cane and
områder
went into
verdensklasse.
hiding.
Skulle bare mangle deres
So
eksellense.
that could have been dropped. Also
Du har meget god
specifically
sans for
because episode 4 has like
komposisjon
9
og
mission
Disse
missions.
adekvate. Du har æren av å være fotograf I bryllupet.
You want Monaco? I kind of want Monaco too, Hula.
Dette blir et
Sadly,
bryllup
it's the case.
ingen kom til å glemme.
Yeah, Starving Hippo they could have dropped. And let's see, what could have dropped in episode... If there's anything that could have dropped in episode 1, it would definitely be the Geisha mission. Like the dance mission. Not just the part in general, but like the mission.
Ok. Hovedkvarteret til general
Drop the
Sao
entire
har
chapter 3.
til
That
dobbelt
honestly
etter
wouldn't
oss.
be too bad of an idea either.
Forbi sikkerhetsstyrkene. Skulle vi kunne finne innkjøpslistene til bryllupet?
Drop Spike
Ok, på
Sushi
tide med litt
instead.
juleteori.
But Albi, speedrun-wise, Spike Sushi is such a short job.
Selvutslettelsesfunksjon. Og vaktene som har dem er i
Not saying that my judgment of like which
Skjønner.
mission should
Hvis
be
jeg
dropped in
stjeler
every
nøkkelen fra
episode
den vakten,
would
sier
be
han til
speedrun
den
based
andre,
wise,
så
but
han kan ødelegge sin før vi får tatt den.
Stemmer. Vi må stjele nøklene nesten samtidig. Siden du er en bedre tyv enn meg, er det nok best
yeah, I
at jeg
guess
tar
what they
min først.
maybe could have done is like included that part of where they in something's fishy, right?
Den er god.
Where they, in addition to not only getting the fish for Ryuichi, they also get the poison in the same go,
Jeg er på plass. I samme sekund
effectively saving you to have a go into the cave twice.
Greit. Jeg er i rute med nøkkel nummer 2.
And maybe also in episode 2 dropping Saloon Bug. Because like honestly, does Bentley even get any information from having the Saloon Bug in there?
Jeg har den første nøkkelen. Ta den andre før vakten får meldt fra.
Like I guess Bentley maybe not would have known about the train.
Nøkkelen er intakt. Møt meg foran statuen av generalen.
Hello, guard. Hello there, Sonic.
Bra jobba. Med begge nøklene og hakekamera.
You're too lazy
er
to
jeg
get up
klar
and make
for
another one?
kontoret.
Er du sikker på at du ikke trenger hjelp?
Excuse me, Chisel?
Jeg er redd
You're
dette er
too
et problem
lazy
vi bare
to
kan
get another
løse
cup of
teknologisk.
refreshing tea?
Ok, ha det gøy med teknologien din.
720p
Ikke vent på
stream.
meg.
Yep,
Dette kan ta tid.
the quality bump has gone up indeed, Sonic. You like 480p? Just adjust your settings. Actually, do I have quality options? Not sure if I do or don't.
Du overdrev
I
ikke
love
da du
when
snakket om
when the
sikkerhetstiltakene.
recon
Håper du kan
missions
bruke
include a
hakekamera
bug
til
in
å
the
lure
room.
vakten til å trå på trykkplaten, ellers kommer du aldri opp. Bra. Skyt en bedøvelsespil.
Nice, I didn't actually shoot majority this time.
Nå er døren til kontoret åpen. Lur den
I
øverste
do?
vakten til å
Nice.
gå på den andre trykkplaten, så laserne skrus av. Hei, hei! Kom hit, da vel! Følg lyden av stemmen min! Hei, styggen! Halla! Bedøv ham. Bra, vi har klar bane. Bra du har etterbrenneren. Når det ikke er noe å klatre eller hoppe på, er det den eneste måten å komme seg til datamaskinen.
Yo, 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 Hexus, how you doing?
Ikke vær redd, lille datamaskin. Det gjør ikke vondt. Informasjonen om bryllupet må være bak brannmurene.
kind of a meh ending to the hack. Yeah, rather meh.
Døra til databasen er vidåpen. Jeg er et geni med stor G.
Hey, yo, Chip, how you doing, man? You can't go to Yemen. I have not seen that ad in forever, by the way. Like these days the only ads I get, like it's still the Hannah and it's still the Cloak and Dagger. And I guess the Good Omens, I think it is. But I have not seen the Under Pressure. No. Good Omens is the Under Pressure ad, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, I have not seen that Can't Go to Yemen ad in like forever. The Spank is superhero. I've seen it a few times, yeah, Albie, but actually not that much compared to Hannah. Like, I get that the Hannah ad at least once or twice per day. And the rest kind of vary. Cloak and Dagger's like second up there. How big is it? Oh, that's a cool emote actually, Rixer.
Generalsalen må være her et sted.
Oh, baby.
Ingen grunn til å være forsiktig, bare få jobben gjort.
Ok, Sly. Jeg har funnet PC-en hans. Dette blir lett. OS-basert brannmur. Dette er barnemat. Brudd på sikkerheten blir nå tilintetgjort. Han har en forsvarsavatar. Dette kan gå galt. Slett bruker. Gå tilbake i virusskolen. Stopp inntregnet.
Decent hack.
Aha! Jeg tror jeg har funnet noe. I dagboken hans står det om en hemmelig vei. Gjennom
Tennis court outfit? What, you mean the freaking polo shirt? I mean, come on.
Jeg er på vei til klokken akkurat nå.
Får kanskje ta med Guru. Dette høres ut som noe for ham.
Where's the tennis court? Not around here. There's a volleyball court like right outside my window.
Det står at man skal stå under
That's like the closest sports court to like anything. The Last Airbender, yep. I mean, my old Discord server was like themed around the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender thing, because like it was called the Air Temple.
Har du noen formening om hva over himmelen
And like my subs were my apprentices, my molds were my disciples. And all the followers in general, like the basic role was a trainee.
Klart det. Hvis du må henge deg på for
Even
å
the
levitere,
wristband,
så vær
yeah.
så god. Jeg har
Or
ikke
for
lyst til å
style
få
though.
fortapelsen.
And for comfort slightly, I actually like it. Okay, at least I triggered this. No, I only wished that in this section we can actually use gadgets, so let's say in all jobs we could just shadow pounce all the way across the sky.
Får inn noen merkelige avlesninger forut.
The
Kanskje
last
du skulle bruke
bender.
optimaliseringsbrillene?
Aha,
Did someone say ass?
Det ser ut til at du og den lille gjengen din greide å følge sporet jeg plantet. Du kommer selvfølgelig snart til å oppdage at du er hjelpeløs uten den.
Jeg er stolt av å stole på vennene mine.
Hvem trenger
Do I
venner
ever
som
make a
har
command
tjenere?
that's
Hvem trenger
like
kjærlighet
says
når man
like
har lydighet? Men
this
er det
area
ikke
has a
sånn
high
at
amount
du
of
skal
lewd
vise
content,
deg?
hang out
Denne
here at
hellige
own
skogen har
risk?
vært åsted for
Or
hundrevis
something.
av slag.
Yeah,
Mine
Popcorn,
forfedre
what's
har
up?
knust
Best
alle
boss?
som har kommet i veien. Det samme vil skje med deg.
I would definitely also say so, yeah. Like, Sao is actually
Jeg har hørt om disse hvalplassene
on my top 5 list of bosses, if not...
Energien fra alle kampene som har foregått før.
Yeah, he probably is my best boss.
Og gjør at de kan sveve langt. Du skulle kunne greie å fly hele veien over arenaen med ett hopp. I tillegg kan du sannsynligvis endre
And one of the things I don't like about the chat window that I have open currently in OBS is the quality of the emotes, like, generally poorer than what it normally is in Twitch chat.
Med retning i lufta med dobbelt hopp.
Or in normal Twitch chat compared to the pop-out window I use. I try to jump around him. Okay, nice.
Kom tilbake og ta det som en mann.
Ta det som en mann.
Bra jobba, herr bryllupsfotograf. Utrolig at du holdt så lenge.
Slutt med dette, Tsao. Slipp løs Ying, så vi kan slutte å slåss.
Nei, Jing er min. Når de to ættene blandes, vil vi bli enda mer mektige. Pandakongen var en gang en stor mann. Med Tsao-navnet kan vi komme enda lenger.
Ta det som en
Men
mann,
hun vil
bror.
ikke gifte seg med deg.
Hun er kvinne.
If you say it
Hun vet
like that,
ingenting. Etter
it
jeg
sounds so
fikk
silly.
overtalt faren hennes til å begynne med meditasjon, var det bare å ta henne.
Jeg har møtt mange grusomme menn, men du er den aller verste.
Men det er ikke alt, Cooper. Så langt har jeg vært snill mot deg. Men nå skal du få kjenne de
God,
eldgamle
this run is so
svarte
bad up
kunstene
to this
til
point. Like,
Tsao-familien.
holy shit. Bench. Nice. He actually did this charge move 5 times, so I got like a few extra hits in.
Du vinner dette slaget, men krigen er ikke over. Bare ta den teite maskinen din. Det har ikke noe å si. Jing er
Yeah, that was a
min.
clutch finish, to be
Ying er en
honest.
person, ikke en ting. Ha, beklager.
Like, I had
kompis,
10 health
men
left, right? I
dette
would have
slutter
died
nå.
if it wouldn't have hit him in time.
Pass opp.
Honestly, I played that ending way too risky.
Moi!
Like, I thought he was close enough to me where he wouldn't do either one of his 2 charge attacks. So I just started spamming square like normal. But then he did actually start to charge up, so I got a little bit of afraid because I already had done one of those hits on him, which meant that the charge attack from my end, like a spin attack, wouldn't have gone off in time. before he would have hit the ground. So okay, just sure, keep on swiping. Hopefully kill him before he does the move, which it ended up working out. Yo, Muffington. Playing risky, what a shock. I mean, it was a risky decision making, sure, Hexus. But I figured I would have to do it in order to make it work out. And again, thankfully it worked. At least now we're ahead though on a very trash run.
Jeg redd vi trenger en ny kraftkilde. Kjernen til batteriet ødelagt.
Ok, det en i nærheten?
Yeah, it would have been an instant reset if it would have died there, like holy shit.
Men i og med at dette ømtålige greier, tror jeg at jeg skal utføre selve utkoblingen selv.
Someone possible?
Vel, hva skal jeg gjøre da?
Not at the moment, assists. Like the world record currently for this episode is 1 hour 39 seconds. I'm pretty sure Remo, who has that world record, doesn't even have a sum of best that's better than an hour. I might be wrong on that though. Like, I firmly believe it's gonna take another skip or two before we can get a sub 1 episode 4. Wow, okay. Fuck you, guard. In case you guys didn't see that, the guard shot my bullet. That made it so Sly was close enough to me where he was able to dodge the next 2 or 3 of my shots. I forgot how many I missed in that instance. So that sucked super bad. Try imitating the Norwegian voice of Bentley. Så fester vi dette til bilen. Men vær forsiktig. Når sånn batteriet fullt, kan det ikke observere flere av skuddene til Carmelita. That's false, by the way. Like, the battery can still absorb Karm shots.
Cooper!
Bra jobba. Snart batteriet stabilisert.
Okay, interesting interaction.
Ok, det nok. Jeg tror batteriet stabilt nå. Ta det med deg og putt det inn på skjulestedet.
I got a lot of free time lost like that hit there.
Strålende! Bilen klar til aksjon. Du rocker seg! Fyrverkerilagrene Zao skal bruke på bryllupet.
Låsen ser grei ut, men jeg trenger hjelp til å bære tjuvgodset.
Pandakongen riktig mann for jobben. Han sterk, bra med sprengstoff, og kan ta seg av flere banditter på en gang.
Listing the longest cutscenes in Sly 4. One of the descriptions. Operation all after shaking Carmelita's ass last time.
Du har ikke noe valg. Han er den eneste som kan gjøre det. Jeg henter ham og
It has to be
sender ham
either
til
Remo
deg.
or Gnist who wrote that sentence. Most likely Remo. What are you reading? I read something that Albie wrote up further in the chat.
Vi trenger deg til et oppdrag.
Oh, was it you, Albie? Oh my god, okay.
På et fyrverkerilager, og trenger hjelp.
Nice way to describe it. After shaking Carm's ass one final time.
Dette blir
Ah, can we get some Bazonbots in chat for that?
Vi
Oh
stoler på
my
deg.
god.
Jeg skal være forsiktig.
I mean, I think it was either Gnist or Remo who wrote that, because
Hallo, gamle venn.
like I
Jeg skal
assume
jobbe
that
side om side med
it stands
slagkrigere.
like that on
Kan
the
ikke ta deg med på reisen.
under the guides section
Du
on the
har sjansen til
Slyfecta
å hevne deg. Han brakte oss i vanry, ødela oss,
on the Slyfecta
gjorde oss
guides.
svake. Ydmykelsen var et veikryss. Jeg har frivillig valgt den
Which Remo and Zen are like,
Ydmykhet kostet deg
I mean,
datteren
like
din.
yeah, because Zen and
Drep Cooper nå! Cooper
Gnist are the only
var en
moderators for that
verdensmester i ydmykhet. Vi har drept
category at the
forræderen
moment, so
hans
I'm pretty sure
likevel
they
stoler han
are
på
the
oss.
only ones with
Ved å
ending rights for
studere
that
ham,
side.
kan
I don't know
vi
actually.
bli hel. Jeg har ingen interesse av å bli ett med deg, din svekling.
Assuming Remo has
Du er
bothered
en
with Sly 4.
Det er jeg som er kraften, som en gang var pandakong.
Well, it's not that
sterk.
though, Sonic.
Jeg
It's
er
more or less that
ydmyk,
it feels
men
that
bare
that felt
sammen
like a
kan
typical
vi bli
sentence
den
that Remo
vanlige
would write.
røver. Yin og
And I
yang
know
må
for a
være
fact Remo has
Vi
shown interest in
styrker
like
hverandre
cutscene
som
lengths
helter.
for Sly 4. I know that for a
Bare
fact.
svigerskjønn. Ok da.
Ergo,
Vi sparer
he could have wrote it. Vandri. Yeah, that's a really rare word in Norwegian. I guess ydmyk too, like humble. Like no one really uses that word in
Frykt ikke,
Norwegian that
Cooper.
much.
Jeg tar ikke ditt liv i dag.
Takk.
Jeg vet at du har vært ute av game en stund. Så kanskje du skulle tørke litt støv av de gamle ferdighetene?
Nice
Det
assist.
viktigste først. Og fyre av salve mot
Adapt,
gjenstander.
improvise,
Og
overcome.
ta altså ikke mot et mål, og hold inne L1-knappen. Slipp opp knappen
Vandri
for å
means
fyre.
it means like dishonor, in the sense of like
Strålende!
dishonoring your family
Husk at
name.
Du kan få med deg flere mål hvis du bruker høyre analoge spak. Du har alltid vært flink til å angripe flere på en gang. Prøv å treffe disse to vampyrene på forskjellige steder. Bra! Jo mer fyrverkeri du lader opp, jo mer skade gjør du.
In that sense, yeah, it might have been a good thing that you timed it.
Ok, prøv å ødelegge gravstein.
Although the question is, maybe Remo was using a different standard.
Ser ut til at det var nok til å vekke opp de vanndøde. Sikt på alle på en gang. Med en
For like what he defined to be the length of a cutscene and you did, so that's why it was listed differently. I don't know though.
Ok, jeg er ferdig med denne. Du ordner opp her, jeg tar neste lager.
Strålende. Jeg skal nok få bruk for disse.
Well, in that sense though, Hex's Remo always wants like the most updated information possible on Sligo, speedrun.com, like everything to be honest. I'm kind of the same, like... Because like if the information is wrong, then the... How do I best describe it? If the information that's listed is wrong, how can we best inform both new runners and currently active runners? With like, what's the best segment, what are the optimal strats, what are the longest cutscenes, stuff like that.
De vanndøde er på jakt etter deg. De nærmer seg.
26 plus 53. So 19. Yeah, 19. 619. When did Remo play Sly 4 casual last time? I have no idea. standard as a cutscene that is as long as or longer than the enthusiasm shell-shocked heart. Interesting.
Bare ett lager til. Dette går strålende.
This might have been a bad idea. You have no idea how much I've planned for Tituary Hexes. Oh, hello, guard. You weren't supposed to spawn here.
Flere vampyrer! De
I think it said 47. No. 56. $56 plus 240. So 856 plus 40 is then minus 20, 36. So around 936 is where we're gonna have to wait now. Kangaroo jump. Do you mean feral pounds popcorn? I would have to say, yeah, it's actually one of my favorite abilities. No more random streams next month. I mean, the only really plans Ogi had for Tituary were the sense that streamers could hop along with the ride of like streaming mostly Sly 4 for that month. And a lot of people did hop on board, but not everyone. Remo being one of them. So if he streams, then... Thank you, R. So if Remo streams in February, then he might stream something that isn't Sly 4, most likely. One more, already. Did they just push me off? What the fuck? No, I do drink tea even if people don't pay points for it. What tea is it? It's 4 red fruits. I think it was the last tea bag I had left of that box. Okay, maybe I should pay attention to the screen so that they don't actually push me off. Might be too early again. No, actually, good timing. Have a favorite mug for tea? Yes, I do. It's not currently in my room because it's in the dishwasher because I've been using it for so long.
Dette skulle holde.
But essentially, it's the black teacup I've always like had besides me. If you guys have been paying attention to my webcam whenever I drink a cup of tea.
Ja, gjør det.
No, Powerman, it's in the Sly schedule, streaming schedule Discord. So it's only really us who stream Sly who are in that Discord. Like, Oki initially made that server so that we can always, like, know on what day certain people stream. So that we could, like, kind of adjust our schedules if we kind of wanted.
Det fullendt!
I'm not shit talking the Discord, Augie. I actually think it was a great idea. Like, it's not one of the most used Discords, but it's definitely very informative. Like, I'm not really sure what kind of word fits the best to use there.
Hei, Murray, sjekk dette! Den
But like, it's a very handy Discord to have, so that we can always like know what all of our different streaming schedules are.
eneste av oss som sterk nok til å åpne den. Åpne lokket så jeg kan koble om ledningene. Med litt flaks skulle vi kunne avlytte samtalene til Sao.
Ja, jøss, Penelope! Enkelt for en som er så sterk som meg! Unna! Her kommer Mørkelys!
Mørkules.
Ikke unna! Gass!
Dette min feil. Ikke gi opp, Murray. Jeg kommer.
Fort, ta den fremmede med til den høyeste fjelltoppen og spreng ham. Husk å legge inn et kruttspor. Alt må
Yeah,
gjøres
pretty
innenfor
much.
tradisjonene. Ellers blir de døde sinte.
Someone say hammer.
For sent. Han så godt som død.
Do I start leading, giving the burb the hammer around here?
Den rask nok til å ta igjen runda på fjellsiden. Det den eneste måten vi kan redde Murray på.
By the way, when I do the damageless slide free run, I am gonna go for the skip in that run too. The main reason being is that it stops the dragons from spawning after that point. Because in some instances the dragons might be an issue in regards to surviving damage. Or not taking damage rather. Okay. Easy peasy. Not the fastest I've gotten it, but it's pretty decent. Like, my gold for display is actually 317. I just forgot to move that gold over to this. Yeah, to my EV4 run comparison.
Okay, Murray.
306, decent.
Dette blir nære på.
Slide 400 when? Not really sure. We do need a route for that first.
Jeg kommer aldri til å glemme
Like, MSA has a
bilen din. Du kan få
kind of
sitte på
route.
Geweldig!
Again, that's a goal with just this comparison right here. My goal is actually 5 seconds better. So it's like, I don't know, during Tituary or after, maybe. It all depends on when Albi, honestly, is ready with routing any percent, so that the two of us kind of, like, it's mainly going to be Albi, but I do definitely want to have some input when it comes to routing Hondo. So, around mid-February or March, possibly. I still haven't gotten all the details in place yet. DKC 305%. What does the DK3 or the DKC abbreviation stand for? Because I don't recognize it. That was a very, very late square boost. How do I overjump that? already some
Jeg er
slop
i
just
posisjon,
with the
Grønt
movement
Lys.
towards the job.
Klar når du er det.
Klar.
I posisjon.
Donkey Kong Country.
Jeg er også i posisjon.
And if we're talking any Donkey Kong games in general, I haven't really played any, so
Ok, folkens. Da kjører vi.
I would have to play the game first, or get the game first, play the game casually, see if it's worth speedrunning, and then maybe.
Penelope og Murray er avhengig av deg for å bli
But
sluppet inn.
it will all depend on the
Vi burde være i
casual
posisjon ved inngangsdøra nå.
side of it first, if I actually would like it as a speedrun.
Åpner døra for en dame, og så sier de at ingen er høflige lenger.
Jeg prøver å vise respekt. Går det bra med dere der inne? Det er mange sikkerhetstiltak.
Ja da, det går bra.
MSA's Hunter Run is legendary since no one knows how good it is. Hold on, it's trash. It's legit trash.
Der har du meg.
MSA did 2 runs with that route,
Hva er planen?
and he hasn't done any
Ifølge
runs
tegningene
since.
er det en datamaskin på den andre
So,
siden av
like-
rommet, under dragestatuen. Jeg kan ødelegge den med den fjernstyrte bilen.
Pen sharpening
Så
speedrun.
lenge de bryter de blå sikkerhetsstrålene på veien.
Blå sikkerhetsstråler.
If only I had a pencil and a
Oi,
pencil
dette
sharpener.
liker.
Popcorn. Okay, vacancy sounds good. Have fun in the gym. Thank you for the good luck. I'm just gonna play it safe here. I know I can make that cycle, I'm just not going to. Ooh! That was close to actually being caught by the laser. Good snit.
Jeg har dårlig tid.
Nice to do. Trash talking MSA.
Wow! Du kan jammen ødelegge greier. Div. Ja, det står respekt da.
Takk skal du ha. Nå tar vi skatten.
Kind of, I guess. Like, I don't really want to be trash talking the man, because he did do a lot of stuff in Sly 4. Like,
Teltene faller med to spaker.
again, before Albie showed up, he did have every single world record. Well,
Kjør på.
at least before Zen took the
Jeg teller til 3.
EP3 world record.
1, 2, 3.
Drager.
Ok,
And then
vi
also
prøver
before Mikkel
igjen. 1, 2, 3.
came to the fray too.
Yes! Vi er inne!
Yeah, that's also the point I'm trying to make, Albie. Like, it's not a bad run, but it's a second run.
Men konstruksjonen ser råtten ut. Skikkelig
Also,
ustabil.
I'm pretty sure MSA was the only one who routed Hondo at that point.
Superfett. Pass deg, Penelope.
So it's like he did what he could, but most likely there are some weak points in there.
Oi.
My favorite Sly game to speedrun. Sly. It has to be a combination of Sly 2 and Sly 3. Because Sly 3 I have way more nostalgia for,
Alltid
so I
rute
enjoy
til
running it
timeplanen.
that way.
Der har du meg.
However, there are like a lot of long cutscenes.
Pandakongen og Guru er i posisjon under palasset. Når du er inne, begynner
So in
vi
that
å
sense, it's
stenge.
kind of a bore to be speedrunning. Nice little proxy. In that kind of sense, it's kind of
Kan like godt gjøre det med
a little wear and tear to like be speedrunning it constantly, compared to Slide 2, which the episodes are just way faster. The speedrun itself in general is also an hour faster, so that's also a thing. And it also has a lot more
Ok, karer. Jeg er over dere.
like very cool movement, which one thing I enjoy in speedruns is when they have exceptionally cool movement. It's one of the reasons why I started watching a lot of Super Mario Odyssey
Skjønner.
a few months ago, in addition to recently started watching and playing Celeste. Because those are speedruns that are like almost purely determined by
Jeg lover.
how clean your movement is.
Guru har rett. Vi må sette i gang.
Wasn't close enough to the freaking vase. But yeah, in that regard, I do have plans to eventually speedrun Odyssey in that because of that case. Like the movement. I'm still waiting a bit though. The main two reasons. One, I'm still not done with Sly. There are still a lot of stuff I want to achieve. And so I want to do that first before I move on.
Vi befinner oss rett under brudekammeret.
Secondly is I've heard rumors from some runners that there might be an Odyssey 2 coming at some point. In which case it's probably more worth to wait for Super Mario Odyssey 2 to come out and speedrun that than it is to be running Odyssey. So that's why I'm kind of like waiting at this point.
Husk å bli i posisjon på plattformen, så jeg er klar til å avlevere skatten. Hei, hei! Kom hit, da vel! Følg lyden av stemmen min! Hei, styggen! Halla! Hei sann! Det er deg jeg skriker til! Hei, hør på meg da! Du er en dårlig person! Seriøst! Hallo, din tulling!
857, respectable.
Cooper! Disse kara skryter selv når de stikker av.
It looks like he's shooting from his dick. Oh my god, popcorn. Odyssey 2 would be cool, yes. Again, that's kind of why I'm just waiting, because I don't want to really commit to something right now when some people have told me to wait for it.
Nå er du
Like
trygg.
people who actually are professionals at the game and who've played Mario games in general for like way longer than me, because I have... The only real Mario game I played when I was a kid was New Super Mario Bros. On Nintendo DS.
Ok,
Because that's the first.
Leslie,
Because my
den
sister,
hemmelige
she
planen
purchased a
Alpha
Nintendo
er i
DS
vei,
when she was younger
Du
compared to
vet,
me,
der
purchased
jeg får kle meg
PlayStation
som
2.
Sao,
Or
og
got
ta
the
med den
PlayStation 2
forkledde
rather.
bruden under bryllupsseremonien.
And the
Søk
first
fra
game
hele
she
gjengen
got on
er
that
der.
DS was
Ok,
New
jeg
Super
drar
Mario
til bestemte
Bros.
stedet. Over og ut.
So like we assigned it in such a way that she would have access to like the 2 top files to play on, and I would only have access to like 1 file. Like I probably played it as much as she did. I remember we both had like a lot of fun to play that, especially when we went on vacation too. Because like I couldn't really bring my PlayStation 2 with me when we were going to the Netherlands on vacations, for instance. But we could bring the DS.
Hva er disse rumlelydene som forstyrrer meg i
No,
meditasjonen?
Jet, I've never had a Game Boy. The only console I have owned is a PlayStation 2, this PlayStation 3 I'm playing on currently, and a Nintendo Switch, and a PlayStation, a PC, laptop. Those are the only consoles I have personally owned. Then my sister has the DS, but that's all she really has, though. So when it comes to like old retro games, I'm like not really the most cultured man in that sense. But then again, to be fair, in the places where I grew up, not a lot of people had Game Boys. At least to my knowledge, I never really
Bare på skatten, så stikker vi.
visited that many
Sao er på vei mot deg. Hvordan går det med skatten?
childhood class friends at home. So I have no idea what kind of consoles most of them owned. I know a lot of them owned PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 3s, but I am not at all knowledge about if they owned GameCubes or Nintendo consoles or Xbox, most likely Xbox though. So yeah, I'm not exactly that culture when it comes to retro games.
Murray!
The gotcha emotes. I mean, with as lewd themed as a stream probably is in some cases, I guess it wouldn't be a bad option. In that case, I would probably add the animated version from BTTV, the gotcha base. I just need to figure out which emote I would replace, though. That's the main question. We loved Kirby's Dream Land and Super Mario Land from 1988. Oh, it sounds so cool, Jet. Again, in these days, I wish I could have experienced the old times of like retro games from Nintendo, but back when I was a kid, I didn't really care all too much for that, because like I had my PlayStation 2 and I only really wanted to have a few games on that. Other than that, all my other expenses as a kid, like fun time expenses, would go towards Lego. That's like the only real thing I spent money on as a kid. Lego and a few PlayStation games.
Det handler ikke om etternavnet her, kamerat, men hvem du er.
Okay, boss fight time. Let's not screw anything up here.
Slær! Hjelp! Smell til denne fyren så han slipper!
He did one extra fire spin cycle. That was fine. Yeah, yeet! Oh. Okay, that feels so... That's so satisfying, holy shit. Big gold on top of that too, 10 wolf. Here's the thing, this run is trash because of the early game. Oh my god. My sum of best is equal to world record too now? Oh hell yeah. Thank you everyone for the GGs.